Radical.
I am really getting to this quite late. This posting was from June the 10th, and I looked this up, and I picked up a Facebook posting, and I will go over this, and then we'll discuss. The good news is now it is June the 21st, and since this time, he got everything sorted out. Slopes Game Room is not going to lose his YouTube channel, so big thumbs up there for that. He said in this posting, "My YouTube channel is set for deletion. If you or anyone you know works at Google, YouTube, please get in contact and send it at helpslopegameroom@gmail.com." And it says here, to describe what happened, "My channel Google account is set for deletion. On the 22nd of March 2025, I released a video on my channel titled The Super Sega Scandal. This video investigated a Spanish creator who claimed he could build a console that played every Sega game. The project turned out to be a major scam, and the video provides evidence of this. For the purposes of this investigation, I was in direct contact with the Spanish creator via WhatsApp, and even put a pre-order down for the system, which I eventually had to claim a chargeback for. The Spanish creator was unhappy with my reporting, and in retaliation sent a mass email trying to disprove me, and in the process of doing so, leaked my personal email address, phone number, and bank details. Because of this, I was forced to change my phone number. Since that video was released, the Super Sega team has set up a public WhatsApp group where they give updates on the system. I wanted to join this group myself, but after what had already happened, I did so with a pay-as-you-go SIM in an old phone. I did so with a payphone, right? Okay, used a separate phone. I get it, because he had been hacked, basically, so smart move there. I've never communicated in this group or interacted in any way. The group is almost entirely in Spanish, a language I cannot speak, so I very rarely logged in. On the 4th of March 2025, I exported the entire chat of several 1,000 messages, images, videos, stickers, and GIFs, and uploaded them to my Google Drive in order for my Spanish translator to look and let me know if anything was worth reporting on. Hours later, my entire Google account, YouTube, Photos, Gmail, Drive was disabled due to harmful content. Turns out the group included several images of a hate speech nature, and I believe this is what has triggered Google to disable the account. Not only was I unaware of what was in his public WhatsApp group, but it was solely for investigative journalism. I understand why Google has taken this steps and I tried to resolve this without going public. However, after almost a week of failing to communicate with anyone, I am forced to hopefully build up a support on social media in order to speak with someone and hopefully get this fixed ASAP. Not only is YouTube my full-time job, but my Google photos include 20 plus years of memories with me and my family that I am petrified of losing." Okay, that's crazy, man. That is crazy. That is unbelievable. And since I saw this, I've actually checked out a couple uploads of people talking about this. One was Mutahar, or Some Ordinary Gamers. And he talked about basically how a shaky ground it is being on YouTube and having your career on YouTube. And that is wild, man. That's wild. Because, you see, in a regular job that you have, it sometimes takes a lot to get fired. Sometimes people get laid off, but you would have to do something directly to get fired. But this is so crazy with Google's AI right now. AI in general just picking up stuff from that WhatsApp. And since your YouTube is collected to your Google account, YouTube is part of your Google. If your Google gets messed up, and they choose to delete your Google account, then guess what goes bye-bye? Your YouTube channel goes bye-bye also. So everything you built on YouTube, everything just goes away. And normally when we see this happen, it's because of copyright strikes. That's usually the reason people lose their channels. And sometimes these can be fraudulent copyright strikes. Because remember back in 2020, I had to deal with fraudulent copyright strikes that almost took my channel down. So this kind of thing can happen, you almost losing your channel. But this is the craziest way I don't know if this has ever happened to any other YouTube channel, but to anyone out there that's a fellow YouTuber, big or small, anyone like Slopes Game Room, if you're listening to this right now and you're a channel and you do investigative journalism, just know do not upload anything from WhatsApp in their chat, just even if you're doing investigation, to anything on Google, like the OneDrive, whatever you call it. Don't do that, because Google's AI will detect it and think that you are uploading it for, your own personal reasons. But then if it's on your own OneDrive, I don't really understand what the problem is, though, because that's your personal OneDrive, right? It's not like you're uploading it to all of Google. Honestly, I don't use the OneDrive. I don't. The minute I get a new computer, the first thing I disable is the OneDrive. And I tell you all, even if it's convenient, you probably want to disable your OneDrive, because I just don't like the idea of, all my personal photos and all my kind of stuff being on the internet. So I don't want it. I just disable it from the very beginning. And I'm really glad. Like I said, I'm really glad that he did not lose his channel. That's mostly all I got to say about that. It's just some good news for once, right? A lot of time I talk about things that are bummers or negative stuff, especially when it comes to YouTubers, maybe people scamming people or people e-bagging or whatnot. But this is a situation where I just wanted to share with you all some great news that Slopes Game Room didn't lose their channel. And like he said in this posting right here, it wasn't even mostly about losing the channel or his way of making money. Now, I've went on the record by saying that anyone that's a full-time YouTuber needs to have a legitimate backup plan. And this might be the kind of thing that, makes Slopes think about having a legitimate backup plan, because you can't put all your eggs in the YouTube basket, because you never know when something like this is going to happen. But the thing that got to me, that really touched me, was the fact that in that last line, he said he has 20 plus years of Google Photos of memories with him and his family. So certain things you cannot get back. You could maybe start another YouTube channel and claw your way back up to where you used to be. You can get another job if you lose a job. But losing precious pictures of yourself and your family, that's the kind of stuff that you want to hold on to forever. And all the more reason to maybe not trust uploading all your pictures online of your family and your OneDrives and all that kind of stuff. Don't trust the internet. Don't trust that shit. You need to go get you a Polaroid and kick it like the Hey Ya, the Outcast. I can't sing. Hey Ya, kick it like the old Outcast song and shake it like a Polaroid picture. Get a Polaroid camera. Take some Polaroids, if you can, of your family. Or, well, just, I don't know. Just a regular digital camera, if they still even make digital cameras, or your phone or whatnot. Just don't depend on taking pictures of your family. This is to anybody, YouTuber or not. Don't depend on Google to actually save everything for you, because, all kind of shit happens on Google. This is crazy. And one more thing on the other end of it, the fact that there's nobody to talk to at Google, and this guy has a pretty big channel. I think he's like a 200,000 and everything. The fact that YouTube has so many people working for them and they don't seem to care. At least if you work at a regular job, there's human resources. You can fucking call somebody. But at YouTube, you can't call shit. Especially me back in 2020, right? YouTube don't give a shit about Radical Rick. I was like, people's like, well, maybe you could talk to YouTube and work things out. No, in my case, I couldn't, because YouTube won't even pick up the fucking phone. I can march to the headquarters and run around in front of YouTube, in my skivvies, trying to get attention. And then the police come and I say, listen, I got a YouTube channel. I'm just trying to get, I'm just trying to get these strikes removed because they're fraudulent. Okay. Just hand me my pants. I'm going to go talk to, who the hell's in charge of YouTube right now? Didn't it say, it was Sarah, right? Sarah Wachowski. Wasn't that her fucking name? But now it's about somebody else, I mean, also, you don't want to go to YouTube headquarters and run around half naked. That probably is not going to get you anywhere you wouldn't get normal.